everybody, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. So today I want to talk about how do you know when to start forcing your putt over to putt flat into the chains. So when you're putting, you ever set up to putt, you do your flat putt, and let's say, you're at 20 feet, 30 feet, wherever you're at, and the disc starts turning. And before it gets into the chains, it's hitting the chains and splashing out. Standard putt, everybody goes through this. So you sit here, you putt, and before the putter goes into the chains, it's turning. So how to figure out when to start forcing the disc over to gain more distance throwing flat. What you need to do is stand 10 feet from the basket. 10 feet from the basket, set up and putt your putt. If the disc goes right into the basket, straight and flat, you're good. Then move back to maybe 20 feet. So at 20 feet, you putt. And before the disc gets in the basket, it's starting to roll over and fly Hyzer. Just before the basket, it's starting to turn. So what does that mean? That means at 20 feet and further, you need to start paying attention to forcing that disc over to gain more distance and keep it flat until you hit the chains and not allowing it to turn before the chains. So what do you got to do? Well, your regular putt is here, right? Flat, regular putt, 10 feet, right here. Well, to gain more distance, I need to get this outside edge up because I want to putt it on a force over. See, you come back up, you need that disc forced over because you want your putt to fly a little strong, this up on top, then it's going to rotate down to flat, and then hopefully on that, before it hyzers, you're in the basket. So you're trying to eliminate that hyzer out of your putt. So it just depends, like I said, so like if at 20 feet your disc is showing hyzer on the flight, you got to start forcing the disc over. So how do you do it? So if you can see, if I'm standing here, this is my standard putt, flat. I like to throw at a 1 o'clock with my thumb, not 12 o'clock. I use my thumb as the gauge to how hard I want to force the disc over. So you can see, if my regular putt is here at 1 o'clock, well, if I need it to be stronger, I need my thumb over more, depending on how far away I am. So maybe 2 o'clock is enough force over to keep it flat for a 20-foot putt. But let's say from 30 feet, see, 30 feet, you might have to get your thumb to 3 o'clock over here. See, you got to get it over more because now you're 30 feet. So that's how I change the force over, is I gauge it off my thumb. So it's like I said, so your regular setup's here, come down, putt, 1 o'clock. Come down and putt, 2 o'clock, a little stronger. Come down and putt, 3 o'clock, get it even stronger. The second thing is, the more you get, like my regular putts here, the more I get my shoulder under this way, you can see the disc comes out to the side, but you can see it's also stronger. See here it's flat. Now if I rotate my shoulder under more, watch this outside edge. It's going up. So that's how you help force the disc over. So a regular putt, I'm here at 1 o'clock, here, 1 o'clock putt right here. So So let's say I need a little bit more. Well, maybe I'll push my disc over just a little bit. So 1 o'clock putt is here. Push the disc over just a little bit. So now I'm going to come off my side a little bit more, and I'm going to finish with a 2 o'clock finger. Gives me a little more on edge. Then if I need to putt farther, I need more on edge because I need it to go farther. So I want to do is push the disc out farther this way. So now when I come across, I'll be on the outside of the leg here. And then as I come through, see my shoulder has come under this way. So now when I putt, see I'm coming from way out here. I'm going to come from way out here. My thumb's going to finish at 3 o'clock. But now you're going to get that disc turning to the right, and then it's going to force itself back over. And so that's for a farther putt. So the farther away you get, you need to get more force over. But you got to figure out when to start doing that. So like I said, I just recommend start at 10 feet, and find out where your disc is starting to hyzer. So then in your head, I can't putt my regular putt because it's gonna start hyzering before it gets to the basket. So you gotta know your distances. 20 feet, like I said, maybe position 2 on the thumb. 30 feet, maybe you gotta be a little more. 3 o'clock, get it out here. So it's important to figure out where your disc is going to start to hyzer so you know when to start forcing it over to help keep a flatter putt. And hopefully you'll be baking those into the basket instead of having it turn too soon. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.